Edwards and Greg Biffle. Meanwhile, it's a Hendrick parade at the front. Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon drafting together lead the way. Third and fourth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jimmy Johnson. And we've got trouble. Baying around and into the wall.
Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Hold the brake here. Hold the brake. Let it roll right there. Still outside.
He had just hooked up with the 2 car.
And I think you heard Trevor's happen.
Okay, see the 2 dumps down to the left? That's the worst thing you can do in this situation, right, KP?
The very worst thing. I mean, Jeff Gordon said the same thing. He said if you're on the outside and you can really work the car from the outside, it stabilizes the car, just like we showed in the piece that Wally and I shot at. But see, he's to the left side. When you dump to the left, Jeff said, these cars get incredibly loose. When you get to the left and the car rotates in, it rotates off that left rear like that on the bumper, and they're not flat against each other anymore, and the 21 just takes off. One car's involved in it, probably the 47 car, because the 1 car's trying to get down off the racetrack too. So there's 3 or 4 cars that have damage, but the 21 is just...
If you're going to take care of the guy in front of you, you've got to hang to the right. You can't drop down to the left, and that was just a situation where as soon as he went down to the left, he just hooked a 21.
And Boyer got hit in the door right there too. You
for hanging on. That's really too bad for the 21 car, because those guys have a very fast car.
Yeah. On board with McMurray.
Ooh, he got a lot more damage than I thought he did.
Yeah. And then Bobby Labonte's just to the left side of the 1 car right there, trying to get up. You see the left front of right front of Bobby's car right there.
He got doored.
And those 3 cars all made pit stop.
We explained exactly what the drivers have talked about. You can't go in the corner on the inside of somebody or you're going to knock the guy out. Yeah. And that was a great photo or a great shot there of the other guys all entering the corner the proper way.
We're going to do something to kind of deteriorate the fact that these guys can run tucked up behind another car.
Whoa, trouble, Larry. 99 got turned.
Stay high, stay high, stay high. Keep coming. Good job. Keep coming there.
Thought he was going to stay off that one.
He came in leading the points, and Carl Edwards goes around early here at Daytona. 1 victory this season. That 25-point advantage going to go away very quickly.
Biffle is right behind him, coming off a 4. Biffle got in the wall pretty hard there too, but I mean, Biffle it wasn't like he was in right. The 99 may have had to check up just a little bit. He may have been pushing off or whatever, but
he was running 3rd at the time of the accident and had led 1 lap here tonight.
Looked like he even was a little bit loose getting up off that corner. He hit the wall pretty hard though. It doesn't look like it's that hard, but look at the right rear there. A lot of damage.
Now we ride on board with Regan Smith, looking back at Carl Edwards. How about Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin driving right through unscathed?
We're going to go to the top here, go around the 78.
I'm going to tell you, was that Carl speaking? Was that Carl on the mic saying we're going to go to the top and go around the 78?
We hit pretty hard. We got the right front suspension damage bad.
That was Biffle there.
Come here and shut the car off. Carl has been driving the last 15 laps or so without a crush panel on the right rear of the car.
And now we got
actually physically got sick inside the car, and there's caution on the track, Adam.
Yeah, Dave Blaney into the wall. Guy led 21 laps at Talladega. He brings out our 3rd caution of the night.
And guys, just to finish up, Carl Edwards will stay inside the car. He asked Bob Osborne to actually physically hose down the inside of the car. Bob Osborne said, we will not do that, but we will clean the inside of the car for you.
Acid by the heat and all those fumes. And yeah, you don't last long when you're in that situation.
Carl brought out our 2nd caution of the night, and it's Dave Blaney bringing out our 3rd, as you see the replay here.
Couldn't really tell from that angle what. Obviously, he was with somebody there, so he obviously got hooked because there's nobody else around him. Had a steam coming that they would have probably picked up 2 seconds on the leaders, but they just had nowhere to go. Well, I watched this earlier. The 83 gets into the 4. Well, we didn't cut it. The 83 got into the 4, which jammed up the 33, and that's why the 31 ran into the 33.
Yeah.
So we're starting to get into this chain reaction.
Ralph.
Right now, the 5-car Mark Martin is hot. He's just going to stick it in there and give it everything he's got. That motor, we'll see if it makes it. As you guys said, nothing you can do now but keep your foot to the floor.
Oh, and look, man, these guys are starting to slide up in each other.
Oh,
watch out!
There they go. There they go.
Here it goes.
Gordon goes around.
Just got turned.
What a
Great
save!
job.
That pretty great.
Caution's out.
And we get the caution.
Caution's out.
A lot of damage, but I'll tell you what, that was a good save.
I don't know who turned him, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. And that was Mark Martin saying, I don't know who turned him, but it wasn't me. And it wasn't. It was the 4-car that came up. Casey Kane.
Those slides up the racetrack.
And again, he's to the left side of the 4-car, okay? The 4-car goes up, and you see right here, Jeff's there, but the 83 turns the 4-car right there. The 83 hit him and knocked the 4-car up the racetrack. The 83 did not give, Brian Vickers didn't give the 4-car a chance to recover. Jeff did a great job right here. Mark did a great job of avoiding this, but this thing just slid sideways, and all these guys just avoiding the spinning car.
And it doesn't take any contact. If you watch, the car comes across Mark's or the 24's nose just a little bit. These cars are already on edge so much, it just doesn't take a whole lot.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the 18 car got into the outside wall pretty good. I think Joy tried to stay off of it, but the 18 car banged it a little bit.
We're right on board with Jamie McMurray right behind the mess.
As he rolls out of the throttle, you can just listen to it. That was a good job getting through that.
Yeah. And you know, we've heard every driver talk about driving down here and driving this way, and every one of them said, but Daytona's a lot more narrow than what Talladega is. It's not as wide a racetrack, and that showed right there. That move you could have made at Talladega and still had room on both sides.
Pit road open. The front cars stay out, but here comes Kyle Busch. We talked about the fact that he got into the wall, got some damage. He makes a stop. Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon also coming to pit road.
4-car right there. You see it kind of, and the 4-car goes up the racetrack. And as the 4-car tries to recover and come down,
29 did pop them.
Yeah, they all get together about the same time. I'm not sure that's Vickers' fault. I think they all kind of closed in an accordion, and they all got together as the 4-car was coming down. So I probably called that wrong a minute ago, thinking that Vickers had got into him a second time and didn't allow him room. I think Vickers tried to allow him a little bit of room probably, and then the 4-car or the 29 car and the closure rate of he and Menard got into him.
And you know, Vickers was down on the inside, but he couldn't get on the outside because he had Gordon and Martin right there.
They were on his door.
There was no way he could get to the right of the 4.
And they were on his door doing what Jeff and those guys talked about doing, separating those guys. Get on their door and separate them.
So this late race caution will set up a green-white checker finish. It is the 8th we've had here at Daytona and the 4th in the last 4 races here at this park.
This is not a restart.
First attempt at a green-white checker. How about overtime in the Coke 0400 at Daytona?
Now.
Well, he did. They did. I tell you, the 11 drug his brake, and he let the 29 get back, the 39 jump back down there.
Takes a little time for him to get wound
here we
up.
go. Martin got turned by Joey Logano on that one.
Look at him.
Big crash. Several cars involved, and it all got started when Logano got Mark Martin.
Truex is in it. Mark Martin's in it. See the
Stewart's in it.
33.
Sorry, guys.
Like Castle's in it.
Wow.
We will get a second attempt at a green-white checker.
Half the field's gone.
See the damage for pole sitter Mark Martin. Let's go high
No
up.
place to go here. See how he's kind of sneaking up in there? Just ran out of room.
Regan Smith got a piece. See Travis Kvapil climbing in. David Rudiman.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, when you look at that, Mark's there, and Logano's there. I don't know where Mark was going. Yeah, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? I mean, look, Joey couldn't really go anywhere. They all were trying to get to the same place on the racetrack for whatever reason. I don't know why Mark tried to jump off the back of the group he was in. But of course, he doesn't have a partner anymore.
Now we go on board with Tony Stewart.
wide middle 31, 2 wide middle 31. Keep digging her.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Logano was there.
I don't think he knew.
Low side.
Because
stay right there.
I don't
stay
think
right
he
there.
felt
Stay
Logano.
right there. Stay right there.
He had a lot of room up on his
on the
right-hand
high
side that he wasn't using.
Yeah.
See how he squeaked? He was down there pretty low. I don't think he knew what Joey was there.
Yeah.
Checking up here. Watch him. Clear the bottom.
These are some hard hits.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Just ripped our toe.
Watch Kurt Busch in the 22. We were on board with him a moment ago. He took a couple of hits as well.
Yeah, he got hit hard in the door right there, and he was just about clear of the thing.
Boy, Quapple got turned too and went straight up at the Truex in the 56.
But I think when you go back and look at it, Mark realized he was the odd man out. He was the third car in line, in that outside line, and then just turned left.
Now we ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Two outside. Checking up. Go low. Come on low. Come on low. Come on low. Come on low. Go low, 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 low. Come on, come on, low.
Great
come on,
job.
Come on,
Yeah, very good.
Great job by Dale Jr. right there, man. Good call from the spotter, too.
And this is Regan Smith. Not so lucky.
Come on, you come.
When you're in one of those wrecks, it's like it never ends.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Then when you stop, you wait for somebody to hit you while you're stopped.
NASCAR, no doubt a
And when you're in a situation like this on a restart, there's no place to go. You're in it. If you're lucky, you know, and you're down on the bottom, or like Earnhardt was, and everything kind of moves away from you, you know, that's great. But most of the time when the track gets blocked like that, you're just, there's nothing you can do, nothing a spotter can do.
all of this during our first attempt at a green-white checker. We get as many as 3 attempts at a green-white checker. And now the big question becomes this.
Come on, Pete. Come on through there. Come on.
Who do you work with in the draft? You look at the front of the field, it's
Don't want to get too far ahead on that.
Green, 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 green.
When Harvick got up in front of Menard, about as nice as you can do it right there.
And left Joey all by himself on the inside right there.
Yep. But see how much time they lost by doing, even at that. See what I was talking about? They lost, you know, a couple of seconds there on the front 2 rows. Now they're going to have to get some steam and go.
But there's the 4 car pushing the 20, and the 20 has no partner now, and the 4 car has no partner.
Harvick and Menard
Look
lost
at the
some
20.
ground as well.
Joey Logano to the outside there with the 4 car of Casey Kane.
Larry Calden, Logano to the outside and to the lead. Big shove by Casey Kane on the outside.
That was a huge shove. He got
look in the
just
middle.
enough off those guys.
Newman
they had to
Hamlin
lift.
shuffled out.
He got a little bit out of shape there. Newman had to get out of the gas, and that was it.
Here we come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for David Reagan.
All clear. 1 factor double wide.
And look who's right behind Kenseth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has joined the party.
Watch Harvick swing high here, though.
Kevin Harvick's been known to break hearts at Daytona. He did it to Mark Martin in 2007. In the Daytona 500, he won this race 1 year ago. David Reagan, a half a lap away from his first victory.
It's now time, isn't it, for the 20?
It's time for the 20 to do something, or
1 back there for your bike tag.
I tell you,
They're wrecking behind him.
David
Right
Reagan.
behind the race leader.
David Reagan.
No caution yet. David Reagan coming
Still
back
wrecking.
to the start-finish
They're
line.
wrecking again.
Everywhere now.
They're wrecking again.
Reagan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
2 separate wrecks on the last lap.
Great job. Thank you a lot, man.
Oh, man, these guys are flying by Newman.
He was a sitting duck.
No kidding. That's the scariest part of it being in a wreck like this, is sitting in a racetrack when guys are coming at you 180 plus miles per hour. That was scary.
That's ugly racing right there.
You can't beat Daytona. Trevor Bayne does it in the Daytona 500, his first career victory. And tonight, I'm sure tears of joy. So here's the first wreck, Kyle, that we talked about on the final lap.
Yeah, and it's hard to really say. You see the 9 car get turned, the 9 to 51 and the 00. It's hard to say right there because they're just in the corner of the screen. But in front of these guys, they're wrecking on around the corner here.
All this happened
You see
over
right
in
here.
turn 3.
It looks like somebody got. It looks like Castle just slid up the racetrack and got into the left rear of Ambrose.
Yeah, and
he may have got shoved up. You know, by that angle, it's hard to see, but
it is hard. And the 00 had already been in an accident, and so had the 51 car of Landon Castle. These guys had already been in an accident, and there's Vickers
at Daytona, no matter what. Take a look at it. Saw the 48 right up in the middle. Comes down, and I think the one is going to get hooked by, or the one in the 88 got together.
Yeah, it's like the
and then
one
forget
came,
it. Yeah,
it's like McMurray came down on Junior. Junior got down on the flat, had to come back up on the racetrack, and then, I mean, and this is the second wreck, as you said, and these guys are still just hauling the mail through.
But this
here.
is kind of typical for here, for as far as the finish goes.
Look at those
this
guys.
is normally where it happens. Those guys are finishing wrecking up in 3 and 4.
And in the background, that's great.
The post-game show still to come.